Mm. Hello everybody. So this is right. So I am 25 years experienced in the networking domain, and I've been running this institute for the past 23 years in Bangalore. And I did my master's in engineering, and I started my career as a programmer. Then I moved into networking. So that's about my journey. So, and I actually release almost more than 100 students on a monthly basis. So it's more about man management and working with the tech brains, and teaching them. So yeah, that's how this video is to explain the process of Mohan's Networking Institute powered by Compuhive Knowledge Hub. So what I'm going to run you through is how we teach the concepts here. So we start with CCNA, the new syllabus or the new certification map, which Cisco has modified in 2020 February onwards. It has 3 layers, CCNA, core, and concentration. So earlier we know that CCNA, CCNP and CCIE are the targets, and then there are different flavors for CCNA, different flavors for CCNP and different flavors for CCIE. Now they have consolidated most of it, and then there are no CCNA flavors now. Okay, so you have core, which is base CCNA, which has got 27 topics in that, and that covers routing. Of course, basics are always there, like IP addressing, subnetting, OSI, static routing, and these basics are there. Apart from that, advanced routing, it starts from basics and go to the advanced routing, like all the protocols till BGP are covered, and then advanced switching is there. In the switching, we not only talk about VLANs, we talk about of course, inter-VLAN was before, earlier also it was there. Now it is much more intense, and then with this knowledge you can actually set up a network. And then there is a lot of automation, there is a lot of security. ASIC firewall as such is not required, but AAA authentications and though hands-on experience is not required at CCNA level, but still at Mohan's Networking Institute, we always believe that having a hands-on experience on the devices give a lot of confidence, and also the comfort. There is no confusion. So because you have actually worked on the devices at all the levels, right? So that's what we encourage on. So we have the firewalls, and we also encourage students to practice on the firewalls, ASA firewalls. As per NA recommendation by Cisco, it's not required, but then we recommend when you have, I'm not experienced, we are not worried about students will spoil our devices or anything. In fact, we never stack our devices in the racks. We always leave them like that, because when student comes, they have to know which cable is used for what, like the difference of cables, like console cable, straight through cable, RJ45 cable, V.35 cable. They should know. So what cable is used for. So they build the topology, they connect the devices. Of course, lab assistants will be there to help them out. They build the topology, they connect the cables, the power connections, of course, we give for security reasons. And then we encourage each student to practice at least on 2+ routers. And it's not like, in the router you just type commands and all, or switch you type commands and all. No, we set up a topology. 2 people will be working at the same time, and then we simulate the environment in such a way that one is a head office or a branch office or multiple branch office, some kind of setup we do, so that you are actually having a feeling that, actually not feeling, you are actually working on actual connections of how the networking happens. So coming back to the certifications, so first is as I said, CCNA. It will have 27 topics, and I have listed out major topics. Then we have, this is all about wired, and we also have wireless communication. So in wireless communication, wireless routers are there, access points are there. You will be working on those devices. Configuration is also there at CCNA level. Then we cover QoS. So in automation, little bit of programming is there. So since Mohan and myself, we started our careers as programmers, we are not new to it, and we also do product development, like software development and all we do, mobile applications we do. So we have good experience in the coding side also. So it's an advantage for us while teaching. So we do give you a structure of the coding language. I mean, 2-3 languages we are touching. So we do give a basic structure of how to code, and then we'll give you the syntax of different coding languages, so that a network engineer is not expected to code, but then network engineer is expected to automate the process. So for instance, I want to give a certain task to switch, I should be able to do. Certain task to router, I should be able to do. A certain task to firewall, I should be able to do through coding. So that is one set of role. Other set of role is you develop a product, you develop a protocol. You need to understand how the device functions and what are the features of it. That's when we can improvise the product. So that is another level of things. Either way, people who only want to work on the networking devices, then they don't need coding. They should understand for what the script is written. Okay, this is more for the troubleshooting. And the people who wants to get into coding, maybe they must have explored a bit of networking, or people who are into coding and people who are into product development companies like Cisco, Juniper, Alcatel, lot of Dell, Accenture, and any company which is doing product development, like wireless router companies. Cisco also has all of them. But yeah, any company requires a product development engineer. So that requires programming skills. So you can move from this side to that side. That's all I'm trying to explain here. So coming back after CCNA, CCNA is enough for all the freshers, all the working people who can start off with networking career. Okay, even if you are already in the career, this gives an overall learning in all the products that are available in the networking community. Voice devices are not there, collaboration, but this basic functionality is required to understand the voice level things. Okay. Then that is the basic CCNA, and after that you have core, and there are multiple flavors in core level, like you have enterprise, you have security, you have data center, you have collaboration, like that 5 flavors are there. So we are going to give you a slide of what are there, and then each certification has a certification number. So it will be given, published here, in the video itself. So you can go through them. So that is about the core layer. And then after doing core level, so just go back to earlier thing like CCNP. So if you want to be a CCNP, one paper in core level and the next level, that is concentration level, one paper in that. Mind you that in concentration level, under each flavor of core paper, I am repeating, under each flavor of core paper, concentration will have minimum 3 to 6 exams. So you do any combination of one core and one concentration, you will be called as a CCNP. Okay. Now who should go and do it? People who are already working in the domain and they want to intensify the knowledge depth. And if they are working on a project and client is asking for those competencies, then definitely you should go for these things. Earlier it was a big thing, like, if I am a CCNP, that 4 letters used to make a lot of difference. But now Cisco also has neutralized those kind of things, and then now it gives you a certificate saying that you are an expert in so and so technology. It's not about, like, you are a CCNP or a CCNA or a CCIE or a core certified or consultant. It's more about you are an expert in, for instance, data center you want to pursue. You will be an expert. You will be called. The certification says you are an expert in these kind of these technologies. So it's a very niche and branding that happens on you. So that is the process: CCNA, CCNP, CCNA, core, and concentration. After CCNA, is it mandatory to do CCNA before getting into core or concentration? No, not required. Is it mandatory to do core to get into concentration? Yes, compulsory core, then concentration comes. But when I say mandatory, I am talking on the terms of what Cisco is saying as mandatory to give to attempt the exam. But according on the knowledge perspective, what I would say is it is mandatory for everybody to go through CCNA. That's important. Can you skip core level and give concentration? You can. Okay, certification wise you can. Knowledge wise, no. Alphabets, words, sentences, then you can write poems or any script or books or anything, but basics are important. What we have been recommending our students is, now the core level paper is the CCIE theory paper. So if you do any of the core level papers, you can claim that I am a CCIE theory certified. It's a good branding again on your resume that helps you to get good jobs, or I'll not use the word good jobs, but it helps you to get what you want to get into. Like, you do these courses not because mom told you to do engineering, or dad told you to do law, or somebody else showed you that you will be good at if you become a doctor. It's not like that. This is like after pursuing your graduation, you must have done research, or you must have seen somebody, you must have got exposed, or you must have loved. That is when you do these courses. So the main goal is to get your dream job, right? So what I am recommending our students, and then we actually don't promise anybody that if you do the course we'll give you 100% placement kind of stuff, but we've been placing our students because our old students are all in the senior positions, and if there is any genuine requirement in the market, we'll come to know about it, and then companies approach us. So whenever they approach, we publish it in our hiring group, and then we place. So coming back to what should be your path: CCNA, any flavor core, and directly go for CCIE lab paper. It is good on your CV. It helps you to enjoy your job, and how long you will be studying, right? So you must have started studying at the age of 2.5, and then from 9th grade, what did they say, that once you get into the college, things are fine. After getting into the college, after seeing the placements, what else is required, right? So it's a never-ending story, but you can actually end the story once you become a CCIE. It doesn't take much of a time if you really are sincere. 1 year maximum is required for anybody to become a CCIE. But yes, I have seen people, my ex-employees, students have become CCIE. They used to work minimum of, apart from their office work, they used to work at least 4 to 5 hours on a daily basis on the labs to become CCIE. But once you become CCIE, so the feathers in my hat are like, so many people have passed out from this institute who are like CCIEs. Few we trained, few they did it on their own. but they are ours, like, the root, the seed is from us. There are quarter CCIEs, 3 CCIEs, like that. Okay, so I feel proud when I talk about them, but their journey was not easy for the first one. Once they achieved the first CCIE, the rest of CCIEs were cakewalks for them. So I recommend that path. After that, like, I'm always available whenever, like, even if you are not our student, you can approach me, you can ping me for your career guidance. My number will be flashing down. You can just take the number, or you can go to our website and then so Mohan's Networking Institute is taken over by Compuhive Knowledge Hub. So either you click the Compuhive website, or you click Mohan's Networking Institute website. You will come to Mohan's Networking Institute website, and all the dates. I mean, we are a very simple things, nothing jazzy. You just click on that, you know the details. And not too many numbers or toll-free numbers or nothing like that. We have one landline and we have a couple of mobile numbers where our team will be taking care of you. So you can ping anytime and we will be able to answer your queries. If you have doubt on your career, or if you have doubt on whether to do networking or not, or if you have any understanding or roadmap issues, how to go in networking, we are there for you. And another thing which I wanted to address here is when I started my career, there were very few women in that or females in that, but now there are like plenty, because work is work. Okay, so there is no gender issue here. Everybody can become network engineer. And then yeah, that's all from our side. If you have any doubts, you can ping us anytime. Thank you for reaching out to Mohan's Networking Institute.